Erica here, and welcome. As a pediatric developmental therapist, I am in families' homes on a daily basis and asked questions about milestones. It is obviously the topic of discussion since I am at the family's home determining if their child is developing age appropriately or if there is some sort of delay. So I wanted to start a series where I could answer your specific questions. So if you do have a child between the ages of birth and 36 months and you have a question for me, please comment below. Now, today I'm going to answer just a few different questions. When do babies sit with support? When do they sit without support? What are the readiness cues for sitting without that support? And what are 3 things you can do to encourage independent sitting? Now, I will be the first to tell you as we go over the specific milestones on sitting, babies can reach these milestones at different times. However, there are still milestone markers that we go by to see if your little one is meeting their sitting milestone on time. And when I am in a family's home and we do find that their little one is delayed in sitting, my testing tool can help me determine if this is a mild, moderate, or significant delay. And another factor that you may not have considered is prematurity. So we will get into that at the end of this video. Okay, when do babies sit with support? Babies usually start sitting with support around the ages of 4 to 6 months. At this stage of their development, they have gained enough head and neck control to sit with some assistance. Supported sitting can come from a variety of sources, such as using their hands to prop themselves up or being placed in a supported sitting position with the help of pillows or cushions. Now, as your little one gradually builds strength and stability in their upper body and core muscles, they will become stronger, which is a great strength to have for unsupported sitting. You can assist your baby during this phase by providing a safe and comfortable environment, using supportive seating arrangements, and also engaging in supervised play with toys around them while they are in a supported sitting position. Okay. Next, I want to go over some readiness signs that indicate a baby may be getting ready to sit on their own, which is such an exciting time. These are very important because the last thing you want to do is try to get your baby to sit on their own when they still don't have the strength in their neck, core, or back muscles to hold themselves up. So the first thing I want you to look for is head control. At this point, your baby can hold their head steady and upright without a significant wobbling of their head. And remember, this is a crucial prerequisite for sitting independently. The next is core strength. Now, your baby should be exhibiting improved core strength and can support their upper body while sitting with assistance or propped up. Something I want you to look for is the tripod sit. So when your baby is placed in a sitting position with support, can your baby maintain balance for short periods of time by placing their hands forward? So picture your baby on their bottom. Obviously, they're sitting with their legs out and their arms are right in front of them, holding their weight. That's what we want to look for in tripod sitting. Okay, another readiness skill that I want to talk about is rolling over. Now, has your baby developed the ability to roll from their tummy to back and back to tummy? This indicates increased control over their body and suggests progress towards sitting independently. Now, as you can see, milestones are progressive, so you won't see a baby sitting on their own before they have mastered rolling over. So at each stage of your baby's development, focus on each specific skill. Meet them where they're at. That is one of the reasons why I am answering your questions, so you can gain insight into the complex world of child development and what to do at each stage. So reaching and grasping is another important skill for sitting. Now, is your baby able to reach and grasp objects while in a supported sitting position? If so, this is a great precursor of sitting independently because it shows good coordination and control of their upper body. Next, and a very, very important one, is your baby showing interest in sitting? Are they showing curiosity and interest in actually sitting in the upright position, thinking they are a big boy or a big girl? Well, if you answered yes, then this is a big deal And I want you to show your baby praise. Clap for them and make it a big deal. At this point, your baby may attempt to push themselves into a seated position from a lying down position, which is why mastering tummy time and eventually rolling over is so crucial. The next one I want to cover is head and shoulder control in tummy time. So watch your baby during tummy time. Are they able to lift their head and shoulders off the ground, which indicates the strengthening of neck and upper body muscles? Okay, so moving on. When do babies sit without support? Once your little one masters those readiness skills that we just discussed, that's when they are ready to sit on their own. Your baby will typically start sitting without support between the ages of 6 and 9 months. By this stage, their core muscles and balance have developed significantly to maintain a seated position without relying on external assistance or support from caregivers. And as mentioned earlier, the progression to sitting without support usually follows a natural developmental sequence. As they continue to strengthen their muscles and gain better control over their balance, they will gradually progress to sitting without the need for an external support. Now, I want to quickly talk about prematurity before I give you the 3 things you can do to encourage independent sitting. So when I work with kiddos ages birth to 36 months, I adjust for prematurity up to 24 months. So if your child is 5 months old and they were born 1 month early, they will be tested at a 4-month-old level. Does that mean that your child will be developing at a 4-month-old level? Not at all. They could score as a 5-month-old or a 6-month-old or a 3-month-old, but we have to still take into consideration prematurity when we're doing our testing, all the way up through 24 months. Okay, and as promised, here are the 3 things you can do to encourage independent sitting in your little one. So first of all, I cannot stress enough how important it is that your baby has enough neck strength to hold their head on their own. Once your child has enough head control, place your baby in front of you and place your hands on their rib cage. So picture you sitting on the floor with your legs out, your baby in front of you facing that way. Start at their rib cage. When they're just brand new, sitting on their own, put your hands on the rib cage and then eventually to their torso and then eventually to their hips. And then eventually, mama, they will be sitting on their own. That's a great way that you can support them. So eventually they won't need support and will be completely sitting on their own. Okay, the next thing I want you to do is place a boppy or pillows around your baby while they're sitting. I like a boppy because it fits around them nicely. When you have the boppy snugly around them, place a baby wipe container in front of them between their legs so they can use that to prop themselves up. When your baby is in front of you, hold a toy. This helps them instead of falling forward, especially if they don't have that arm strength, they can push up on the wet wipe container that's there and they can have a little bit better access to supported sitting. Okay, and also when your baby is in front of you, hold a toy at eye level, which will encourage them to sit upright and look at the toy. You can always use bright colored toys, black and white toys, or even play mirror to gain your little one's attention. So again, when they are brand new at sitting, instead of them sitting and falling forward, you can have the baby wipe container in front of them, which will help stable them. And then also having that toy in front of them instead of down here. So what we're trying to accomplish is instead of them falling forward, they're actually able to look up at the toy eye level versus down at the ground, which makes them fall forward. I hope that I was able to help you by answering this specific question for you today. Now remember, if you have a question, just comment below. I would love to hear from you. And if you have a child between the ages of birth and 36 months and want access to me, a pediatric developmental therapist, on a daily basis, please consider joining the Milestone Mom Academy. I will link that in the description below, or you can go to milestonemom.com to sign up. And don't forget, if you know a mom that would benefit from learning about baby and toddler milestones, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and share this video with her. And as always, I appreciate you, and I will see you soon.